Hey folks, hope you're doing well out there. My name's Sandy. This is Sawing with Sandy, but we're going to put that on hold for today because many of you have been asking me about something that goes along with this snow that I've been putting on the back burner for quite some time. And that's snowmobiling. I've got two snowmobiles. The one behind me is one of them. That's a 2006 Skidoo Skandic, 24-inch wide, super wide track. That thing is a ton of fun. We're going to take that out here today. And if you wonder why I haven't taken it out until today, check out some of my more recent videos over the last month or two. We've been getting bombarded with snow after snow after snow. I've had trees snapping, I've had mechanical breakdowns, and in between all of that, I'm trying to build a saw shed. And so I just haven't found time to get out on the snowmobile, except for a few instances. Now this snowmobile behind me, one of the reasons I like to get out on it is because, well, it helps me get through some tough conditions. That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to tempt fate. I've got some trails I actually haven't been down this winter because the snow is so relentless. It's knocked down trees. And as I said before, I've had other obligations to take care of. So we're going to go see what those trails are all about. I'm hoping things go okay, but if you look behind me, the snow is so deep. If that thing sinks down at all, it's just going to keep on sinking, and that'll be the end of it till spring. I probably won't be able to rescue it. So we're going to put the thumb to the bar, press the throttle, and we'll hope for the best. Now, if you haven't seen this thing on the channel before, I'd encourage you to go back and check out the playlist. I'm pretty proud of this. When I bought it, it certainly didn't look as good as it does today. Although some of you may look at this and say it looks like an antique. It's good. It's good for me. This thing here, I went through, checked all the bearings, replaced wheels, replaced bearings, went through, put new sliders, checked all the carb boots, made sure everything was in adjustment, made sure the suspension, the springs were all set up properly. And then that brings me to today. This thing's got a 550 fan engine, a two-stroke engine, really reliable, really good for my application. It certainly is a little bit smelly, but, well, it's not going to win any races either, but it's good for me. This is a utility sled through and through. If you're looking for something fast, this is not it. If you're looking for something that steers good, this is certainly not it, but this thing will pull and pull and pull. I actually hook up on the back here. I hook up a sleigh that I restored. This old sleigh that I bought further north of me, found it online. I put some benches in it, and that thing hauls around people, hauls around equipment, hauls around lumber, and it goes on the back of here. I've had 6 adults on that thing, probably the better part of 1,000 pounds, and this thing will pull it like it's not even there. One of the reasons this pulls so good, if you don't know about these machines, is it's got a transmission. This has a high and a low gear, in addition to reverse and neutral. And so this thing's real nice. You get a heavy load on, you flick it over to neutral, flick it over to low, and it'll pull like a low gear in a truck. Now, some other things that are nice, it has a pull start in addition to an electric start. And the reason that is good is because when I put it away last winter, and then I came back to use it again, for some reason the electric start's not working. I have a feeling there's probably some corrosion in the solenoid that starts the starting motor, but I haven't had the time to dive into that yet. But if we pop it up here, aside from some critters who like to make a nest in here every other day, it's in great operation. There's the transmission, as I mentioned. There's the lever, low gear, neutral, reverse, high gear. And it's pretty simple. You've got the clutch down here, and the 550 fan engine, and obviously two-stroke. It's got the big expansion chamber on there. Oil for the engine, 2 carbs down there. Just got to make sure that the carb boots don't crack on you. That's one of the things that can lead to some issues. But besides that, it's been a great machine for me. As I said, this thing is it's been looked over completely by me, touched up with paint, removed any surface rust, and been very happy with it. Now, this thing only has almost 3,900 kilometers, so it doesn't really have that many kilometers on it, and so hopefully it lasts quite a bit longer for me. The pull start's how we're starting it today because the electric start is froze up on me, and yeah, we'll give her a go. I'm gonna head this way. I snowblowed this, maybe 2 days ago. Obviously we got more snow and the deer have taken off down it. We're going to head this way, maybe loop back around, head out towards the saw shed, and then we're going to hit the powder. The powder will be at least 3 feet deep. There's no base because I haven't cleared it at all this winter. and hopefully we don't hit any down trees. That's something I didn't think about. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm glad you're all here for the adventure. Here we go. Oh, and just one more thing I forgot to mention about this unit here. It does have a backrest. I do have it. I just don't have it on here right now. Under the seat as well, there's storage. And then one of the unique things about this machine here, you see the back set of bogey wheels, this back axle essentially, it'll articulate. And so that'll allow you when you're reversing to actually be able to reverse up onto the snow without just sort of digging a hole down in. And see that there? And that makes it quite versatile. Anyways, we'll fire up. Up there. I haven't been down here this winter. Gosh, what do you think? Just sort of shows you there's no base in there whatsoever, so you got to keep the momentum. I'm gonna go up there. I have not been up there at all this winter. I've driven this tractor up to there and that was all I could go. Okay, this could be a problem. Are you gonna make this corner? Straight uphill. Here we go. It's like a deer run right in there. This machine's incredible. It's just, look at how deep it is. Like, I'm not touching the bottom there with my feet. Anyways, looks like the deer come up out of the bush down in there, probably the same deer. So this trail goes up to the left straight or hooks to the right. I don't know if we're gonna be able to go straight. See those trees? What do you think? Do we try to go left? Here, I don't think we're making it. This is where that red oak came down. Big red oak. Look at that. Oh, it's pretty incredible what this can do. Like, the snow is probably 2.5, 3 feet. To go down there, I just don't see a path without cutting. One of the concerns here, that's a tree right there. We're going to try to drive over it. Kind of shows you how deep it is. And the tree's there all right, like way down there. Gosh, look at all these trees that are done. Sad, isn't it? I got a big cleanup coming at some point. Not today. Now, I haven't been down here at all this year. Actually, that's a lie. I think I made it just up there with the snowblower and then I turned back. Let's see what the rest of the trail holds. This is kind of a pain, isn't it? Brake. Brake. that trail down in there I made. Access it there. I just don't know if I get down in there and can't get out, I'm done. I don't think so. When there's no base, you get leaning and you are done. There's a stump right here somewhere. I'm gonna try to just go up there, I think. Well, folks, when the winter gets long, the snow gets deep, that is certainly a great break for me. As you know, over the past few months, winter has been beating me down, and I've had days where I just wanted to pack it up and head south. I haven't done that yet. I'm still here in central Ontario. The snow keeps falling, and so I need a break, and the Skidoo today was certainly that nice break. Now, if you haven't ridden a snowmobile before and you get to a place where they do have snow, I would strongly encourage you to get out on one of these machines. There's something about it. I think it's called throttle therapy. That's what I like to call it. When you hit that throttle, especially on this 550 fan, it's not particularly fast. You're not exactly going to fall off the back of the machine, but you hit that zing and boom, all your worries sort of fade away, at least for the moment. So I really enjoyed myself out here today. This machine in particular, it walks all over my other machine with a narrower track. I have a 2003 Skidoo Grand Touring with the exact same engine, 550 fan. This thing will go where that other machine won't. The other machine has a narrower track. I think it's 20 inches. And if you get into the powder and you lose momentum, that thing will dig a trench until it's out of sight. This thing, though, with its track length, track width, I find that you can even get off the machine. It stays afloat. And when you hit the gas again, it stays up on the snow. Now, if you do get it buried, because the thing is so heavy, it's pretty much gone for good. But if you don't get it buried, it continues on its way. And it also pulls a ton. I've had, as I said, 6 people on the back before, probably 1,000 pounds of weight, and it'll pull it up hills, no problem. Now, it won't exactly stop fast. It won't steer particularly well. As I said, it's really heavy, but it's very reliable for me. That's why I like that 550 fan engine. Relatively inexpensive if you have to do some major repairs. I would prefer a 4-stroke, but this machine has treated me well thus far, so I'm going to keep at her. If I ever went to a new machine, I'd probably get a 4-stroke. Now, this particular unit, you may not be familiar with it. Underneath the front, it's actually quite flat. Check it out up here. See how flat that is? And because it's flat like that, that allows it to stay up on the snow, as opposed to it having I don't know, maybe a V shape to it or something that could dig in. And so that, in addition to not having A-arm suspension, having the pogos that sort of stick in with the side of the body, it allows it to ride up on the snow and it doesn't get hooked on things where you're way off trail. Now, I may at some point put studs in the back. They're picks that stick out. It helps you get traction. The only issue with that is I haven't found time to do it. And my concern is it might make it steer even worse. The studs or the picks, I've got them on my other machine, and it makes it kind of difficult to steer at low speeds. I'm not quite sure what I'll do there. First and foremost, I'll find time to look into it, and if I do decide to put them in, they're in my shop to do so. Now up here, you may notice the tape, just this plastic piece that goes on top of the gas cap. It just keeps flying off, so I taped her on there. But aside from that, the only other thing I need to do on this, you'll see the hoop is missing here. As I was pulling it into the shed a few years ago, it was super cold out. I bumped the edge of the shed and it cracked that hoop. So I have a replacement in the shop. But once again, I just got to get time to put it on. Probably get ski skins at some point as well to make the front skis a little bit wider so it rides up on the snow. But for a day like today, that was a great ride. So I'm happy I did it. And for those of you who reminded me to get out and take a break, thank you. I certainly needed that. Now, as always, do yourself a big favor. Get outside, enjoy nature. If you get a chance, ride a snowmobile. Just do me one big favor. Make sure you come back next time. And I'll see you then.